Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. Oh man. First of the month.
Tis.
Yeah. This is gonna be a different month than a lot of other months for me. I don't know about you.
Why is that? What the
Just
heck?
because like it just like a lot of you ever heard that decide in Latin means to cut off alternatives?
No, I've never heard that.
Yeah. That's what decide means in Latin, means to cut off alternatives. So now it's just like, all right, if this is really happening, then I really need to, you know, keep moving in this direction.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of stuff we're doing. And that's why I was telling KC, like, look, we can talk about this for as long as you want. You made like the people that he had run through his sexy savings exchange yield. They made like 40 to 50 grand in a
Damn.
downturn. I think that's valuable.
Yeah. I mean, everything that he told me when he was talking, I mean, he really knows his stuff. I mean, it took us a long time to get to somebody that would actually have the right answers, and he just pulled them out. So, I mean, that's valuable. I mean, I don't know.
It's invaluable when just how valuable is it when you get the wrong advice? I used to place people in jobs, and then I placed a guy in a job. 7 months later, he says, "Hey, Mike, sorry, I got some bad news." I'm like, "What?" And he says, "Hey, I'm quitting this job that got me to go back to my previous company. They offered me double to come back." I'm like, "You don't have to apologize. Congratulations, you got double. You finally got what you wanted in the first place." He's like, "Yeah, I had to leave before they figured it out." I'm like, "I don't know what to tell you. Congratulations."
Yeah. Well, so why won't Casey? So is he scared to do it? I
He was
don't
just short
understand.
selling himself. Like it seemed like it's like you get to a stage in life where you just need to either go all in or take like, but then you have these barriers that come up that you just set up for yourself, where it's like, oh no, I can't do this. It's like, oh, but I wouldn't want to charge like all like that type of language that he was using. It just like he has so much potential, and like he helped use like right away NFTs. Like he had a solution for whatever. Like he was able to answer all your questions on point.
Yeah, if he allows me, if you don't mind, no, if you want, I can delete that episode. But I think it's a good case study in just how effective he can be when he's talking to the right person with the right problem,
Too,
just like all of us.
too bad we didn't record that. I guess it's
I,
good for privacy reasons.
did I record that? Did I not?
No, it was on my the thing I hosted.
Oh, right. I can't even remember what space you're in
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Yours? Mine? What are you doing? That's hilarious. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I saw him do it, and we've been talking for a long time. And the thing is, like what my company's called Unicorn Launching, and the purpose of it is to launch unicorns worth launching. And you can have all that shit in the world, but if I think you're going to steal someone's money, I can't launch that, right? It can't be donkey launching. You know what I mean? Right? Turkey launching, dead dove launching. When the dead, you throw the dove in the air and it fucking flops on the ground. No, man. But in a sea of financial advisors, that guy comes up as genuine as can be. And to me, that's worth something. Maybe it's not worth to a lot of people, but it's worth something to me.
Well, so at the end of the conversation, he realized he's like, oh, he can invest in himself, buy a bunch of mortgage leads, and just close them. He probably could do that. He'd be rich.
It seems like he might be. I mean, a lot of these times that are stressful um, is a blessing in disguise, right? Like I used to really hate the fact that I didn't like who I was working with at the headhunting company, and then I realized, no, this isn't the place for me. But I like doing this work. I'm going to learn everything I can before I leave.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just seemed like, just from what he said, he doesn't want to take on the risk because he's already been burned before, and then now he's got a family and stuff. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But what is it? In my mind, it's like, okay, what are you gonna do if things do dry up or they do cut you, and you have this skill set? You should, I don't know, you should definitely do something with it.
What is the worst thing that you can? What is the worst thing that could possibly happen by you spinning up a website? It's a penny for the .com, and it's $20 a month for the email address. Are you going to lose any money from that scenario? These, you know what I mean? Is that going to lead to some kind of ruin? I think it's a pretty safe hypothesis to test out. And I believe that with his testimonials, he'll have some excellent videos to go along with the website. And who has a better story than losing all their money in real estate and staying in, that's a great story to me. That is the hero's journey to me. Nobody can copy that.
Yeah, that's dedication. And then on top of that, the fact that he still does essentially charity work on top of that, in the same, I mean, most people would just like give up and walk away. I mean, so I mean, that says everything. Like, he's passionate about what he does. You know, I don't know. I like it.
I'd rather see him fail than not try at all. I remember my friend's mom. She used to be a mathematician for NASA, and she asked us, "Is it better to lose or quit?"
Say that last part again. You broke up.
Is it better to lose or quit?
Uh,
Yo, anyways, I sent a bunch of emails. I just sent a mass amount of emails too, with my whole idea and the game plan that I would do, and like a screenshot of like the prototype. Let's see if I get some responses. Cause I'll email them. Like, I have a list. I went from U to T. Like, you know that list, right? Starting from U to Z. Sorry.
oh, to answer your question, I'd rather lose, just from life experience. Because like at least I knew I tried, and then I probably learned something when I lost.
That's it.
I mean, I've had more failures. I've had way more failures than successes, but um, those all taught me something. So,
What is your compared to a batting average in baseball? The best out of the best is 4 out of 10. Ted Williams, right? He still was under 500. Yet he was the best hitter of all time, maybe. Like even with pitching, there's not a single person on the planet that just walks around and say, "Hey, this, hey, that." You know what I mean? Right?
That's what
And
you have to
so,
kind of become, though. You have to become that person. Like, once you have like a solid idea that you're behind, like that's what you essentially have to become. Unless, like, if you're not doing that, then you're not growing.
well, I mean, it depends what you're going for, right? Are you trying to become Thanos, king of the universe, or do you want, or are you setting yourself for something else, right? It just
You have to
depends.
be Thanos, king of the universe, in your own niche, right?
That's kind of the idea, I believe. It's the best way I've ever heard someone say it. You have to be the Thanos of your niche. Fantastic. Time to tweet. Time to quote you on that. And
Nice. I'm glad that's recorded. Zing.
yeah.
Pew, 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 pew.
Da, 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 da.
Oh my God, Domino, the cat. My cat. He's using a bowl that is dirty. Anyways, do you guys have any pets?
I don't.
no, I opted for children.
You opted for children. No, man, I'm opting for pets instead of children. I don't know. I can't imagine what you guys do.
No kids yet for me.
Avoid
Not
kids;
actually
they're
yet.
expensive.
Sounds good.
So, uh, what do you think? I know you were working on the working prototype. What do you think about version? I don't know. What is it? Version 5 of the deck at this point?
Yeah, it's I died laughing when I looked at it.
Did you see the little quotes? The
Yes,
quote
that's what I
bubble.
was. Oh my god, that is awesome.
When do you think we can show Bilal? When do you think you might be ready?
If you want to show him, I don't mind.
Only because we know him, right? But I want to,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I just want to be sure. Bilal,
yeah.
you want to see the deck in its current form?
Oh, you guys have the pitch deck, the 10 slides?
We were working on it for the past 5 days.
Oh shit! It must be good. That means.
Well, no prototype survives first contact with the end user. I will say that. So let me export this to PDF, which still should be clickable. It's
All
about
right.
7 slides.
Let's see
And then,
it. By the way, my phone might die, so if I drop off, I'll be connected again.
one sec. Let me just. Uh, doo-doo-doo. Can you set that? No, I think I might have to toggle drive it. Or so let's put this here. Uh, Come on, without uploading check mark. Yeah, yeah. I think if they're laughing, then I can consider my job accomplished, right? So NFTs. Before I send it below, just take a final look. This is the PDF version. You're on the ground floor below. You're like the first person to say this. Or like, well, maybe the fifth, probably. Maybe. I don't know. NFTs, have you showed this to anyone?
God, I love this deck. Oh,
Okay, so I'll send it. So, Bilal, let's get your real-time reaction to the immutable pitch deck. Immutable, because your NFTs are going to be stolen.
I was commenting on it the whole time, but I was on mute. But it looks really nice, man. It's
You were commenting the whole time. So what do you
yeah, I
think?
was commenting the whole time, but like it was just on mute. And then is that you, by the way? That face?
That's me.
Nice. I should know.
The
Yeah, it's
man
like
behind the
try to keep it.
NFT.
All you need is just
Like,
like a screenshot. Only thing you need is just like a screenshot of like the UI, and you're set.
yeah. So when we had the demo, I just wanted to get it prepared for right. Imagining. You ever hear about that? Unobtainium. Unobtainium was what they called the fastener that they needed for NASA. And they called it unobtainium because they didn't know what it would be, but they just said, all right, so this is unobtainium. And when we figure it out, it's going to plug in here. And that became Velcro, right?
Velcro. Oh shit!
Yeah. So they called it
Really?
unobtainium.
So Velcro was reverse engineered.
Yeah. Look up unobtainium. Let me find it.
No, I'll check it
Unobtainium.
out. I'll check it out
Yeah.
right now. Obtainium, like obtain.
Yeah. Unobtainium.
Yeah, I see it. Unobtainium gear. Unobtainium is a material ideal for a particular application, but impractically hard to get. Originally referred to materials that do not exist at all, but more recently it has been used to describe real materials that are unavailable due to extreme yada yada.
Yeah. So the demo was the unobtainium. I have no idea how NFTs are worthless are going to do it. He said he's going to do it, so that's good enough for me. We'll just call it demo and I'll hyperlink it when it's ready.
He explained that. I remember he explained it, and it made sense.
Right? But it's one of those things where like the climax, and you never know when they want to see the demo. You never know where they want to start in the presentation. But I figured if I made, and it's still not working yet, but those links are all going to be hyperlinkable, and so it can stand alone as a website that you just click around.
All you need is just some emails to get going.
So we made a list of the pre-seed people in the space, and NFT has identified a former fancy investor type person.
Nice. I sent out some right now, like in bulk, just a general one. I just said like this is the most innovative idea in the world. I wrote down like Tamagotchi plus AI plus NFT. So if anybody makes sense of that, then like it would be a good fit. That's what I'm trying. We'll see what works. We could both test. Like I'm testing it this way.
Yeah.
They're testing a more tailored approach. It seems like.
Well, it's always a mixed approach, right? So, for example, if I was going to do a mass approach, what I do is in buckets of 10, buckets of 20, right? So I can learn, say, hey, did this work? Did I get 1 out of 20? Because if not, I have to change everything about what I sent.
Yeah, that's what I did. Just had a bulk that I sent from U to Z. That from that list, I just did everything. Like even if it wasn't fitting, it wasn't pre-seed. I just still like did it. I'm just like whatever. We'll see if somebody understands this. It's a long shot, but what else can you possibly? I even sent them the game plan, exact steps that I would do with it. So we'll see what happens of that. Because like, how does one even get that just for an idea stage? You know. No
The
replies
answer is
yet.
changing all the time, right? The truth, yeah, right. The answer to that question is always changing.
Dude, you want to build out the thing right now? You want an MVP? Just go on blockchainappfactory.com. They have like everything. They'll just make a copycat version of anything that you want. And it has like everything. It has a pretty good website. That's blockchainappfactory.com. Advanced and reliable blockchain technology solutions from the real estate tokenization, art tokenization. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's beautiful.
Oh, you see it?
No, I'm just thinking about like now that NFTs was looking at the token option, there might be some good boilerplates that he could get some design patterns from.
I wonder how much of a mock-up they would send. I inquired to these guys about making a NFT game development like CryptoKitties, but then there's like open software for the Tamagotchi, right? So I just like took the copy paste version of that and I put it on there. But anyways,
In an ideal world, we won't have to talk to anybody but this one person that NFTs has met,
nice.
right? Just be like, of all the people in the world who are actually interested in this dimension of this sector, right?
Ideally, everyone should have this solution. It should be like a thing. It's like, oh, you have this now. It's like, yeah. Do you have? Oh, I have my protection. Just like, you know, when you have like your whole find my iPhone thing, like you're protected. You have a way. You have a thing, a safeguard that you can do.
Reminds me of the movie Fargo. Remember when the guy in Fargo was trying to raise the money to buy the property, and they're like, "Yeah, you brought us the deal. We'll give you like 5%." And he's like, "No, no, no. I thought you were going to give me the money to do it." And they're like, "We're not a bank, Jerry." And he can't do it alone. He has to give it up to them. It's again, we cannot take for granted that this investing climate has never existed. Not with this technology, never existed, right? So where are we on that Gartner hype cycle? When NFTs was created, some people thought it was great, and then NFTs became, hey, maybe we can do everything with NFTs. And then it was like, okay, so what is the class of things in the physical world for which there only needs to be one instance of, right? And then I believe for those things, right, that need a unique receipt, those are going to be the use cases. It might be very boring. It could be like insurance policies or something like that. Who knows?
That's what's gonna do. That's what's gonna be.
Very boring utility.
Because it's just
Right.
data. That's what essentially NFTs are. It's just data, and you're putting that into a ledger that everyone can see. That's what it is. And
Yeah.
this ledger so happens to be not in just one place. It so happens to be everywhere.
I mean, right now people buy, if you're in supply chain management, you buy a huge amount of oil options to make sure that you get the best price of oil, right? For kilometer traveled of your goods. So, your idea of being able to have an NFT, right, tied to actual assets, I think I've never heard that before, but I think it is possible. And
Isn't
if there's
that
a way to secure that, then game on.
would asset be carbon?
No, the asset could be anything, right? You're starting with digital currencies, but the asset could be anything that's a token.
I wonder who's the big player. Like, how would UPS do it? UPS, it's like I heard that they're thinking of going into the whole NFT thing. UPS.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you would have to ask, what is, to get to the to be, you have to ask, what is the as is? So, what are all of the data fields in your business for which there only needs to be, for which it needs to be unique? What are the total class of all of your data for which the data in that column all have to be different? And then that will be what you would look at for the use case of NFTs. As far as I can tell, talking to you guys on that.
And this would solve the problem of identity theft. That means immutable. I mean,
Well, I started thinking about like the ways you could hack it. So what happens if I start an NFT project, right? And I hate your fucking guts, but you buy one of my pieces, right? Am I part of the adjudication process to keep your stolen NFT back in your hands? What if I don't like you, right? I'm always kind of like, right?
yeah, giving that's because you're essentially still like giving power to somebody else.
It's
Explain.
yep, it's yep. It's again, devil in the details, right? That's why we call it unobtainium, right? Easier to describe a problem than solve it. Now, if you were going to solve this problem, you should probably give it to someone who has experience in zero-day attacks. At least they have an API feed of all of the vulnerabilities. That's a good start.
What did you mean by um if they don't like your project?
Say that again?
I was
Oh,
trying.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say I release an NFT project, right? Um, and you buy into it, right? But I hate you for whatever reason. Let's say your NFT gets stolen. Maybe because I hate you, I get some people to steal it from you somehow, right? And then when I kick off the adjudication process, the person who stole it from you is the judge now in this situation.
Yeah, I could see where that could be. I can see where that could be an issue. But if the project creator decides not to reissue the NFT back to the person that it was stolen from, then from a community standpoint, that would affect their reputation in that community.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
that's my thought.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, again, I classify all of these things into known knowns, known unknowns, unknown unknowns, right? Unknown knowns, right? And we just file them away and say, look, is this mission critical to solve to get the MVP? Yes or no? And by the way, no matter how much you try to stress test it, and apparently billions of dollars, well, no, billions of dollars in the wrong hands isn't enough money to stress test the system. Apparently.
True.
Billions of dollars in the wrong hands is not enough money to accurately secure a system. But I would argue that if you take a fraction of that money and put it in the right hands, you have a better chance than most. Now, again, it's one of those things where Charlie Munger, right? Just because you put a bunch of smart people in a room doesn't mean they can solve something. Just because you put just because you put a lot of smart people in a room doesn't mean they'll come up with an ideal investment scheme strategy. Just because you put a bunch of smart software developers in a room doesn't mean they're going to solve the trilemma of security, scalability, and consensus, right? Just ask Ethereum, 1.979991.
Let's see if I any replies.
You know what? If you want, what we could do is the next 5 people you want to email, send me their email addresses, and I'll write you an email for each one of them.
Okay, let's see.
Let's start with 2 email addresses to start.
Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I can
Awesome.
do. But okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you can just send me a screenshot of what you sent them or whatever. I'm going to send you my email address. One sec. Bang. All right, you have my email address now. Is there anything else I missed? Yeah, but I'll send you the email with the. I'll send you the two. Right, obviously the front is you. It'll be the fucking subject and the body and attachments, if any.
The
But I
subject.
probably, yeah.
It's just sent you one piece, and then I'll send you.
Might call it the
Okay,
Jack
let me
Bogle
copy
crypto.
paste. Let me just
Yeah.
copy paste.
Have you ever used Hunter.io?
Yes, I have, and that would be a
Ha-
good way of finding the actual.
yeah,
Do you run it through this
exactly.
because they're all generic, right?
Well, exactly. So if they're generic, you're not talking to anyone. So, for example, if you look at those, 3 out of 5 of those are dead. They're going nowhere, right? So we're going to have to find at the second, third, and fourth, run it into Hunter.io and identify the specific person for which this provides the most value.
I have some I have just one name. Else, David.
No, I can figure it out. Yeah,
Okay.
as a headhunter, I'm making my business to find out everything about every company.
Nice.
So if you ever Google something, you want to find something out, just at whatever you want to search for, add a space and go file type :PDF.
Good. This space is recorded, right? So
Yeah,
remember that.
file type :PDF. It'll return you only PDFs from Google.
I sent you a screenshot, but then it doesn't show the.
That's okay. I'll take care of it. That's enough for me, right? That's all I need to know. And then you can forward me the pitch that you sent them, and then I can recheck accordingly. Hi, this is Michael. Hi, this is Michael. Headhunter launching startups with Unicorn launching. The specific reason I'm reaching out to you today is this. Q : blank. Continued success. Signature. That's the whole thing. And you start off with their quote.
This is what I did. I quoted. 1 second. I'll send you it. This copy. Those are the two. And
The whole thing I understand what the pitch is. You want to send it to NFTs are worthless and see what his initial reaction is?
yeah, because like I just sent. This is really generic, eh? Let's see.
I need them to know what it is and how they can take action as soon as possible.
Yeah, I didn't really write that.
So, for example, when I say, so what I'll do is I don't say hi. I go Bilal, comma. I go NFTs are worthless, comma. That's the most effective way they found that you start an email with their name. It's just the way it works. And so when I say this is Michael, headhunter launching startups, the Michael Jagdeo is hyperlinked, and so it goes to my LinkedIn, and my LinkedIn has all of my recommendations. Right. So if I convince them somehow to click on my name after they've seen what they've seen, then they see my recommendations on LinkedIn, and then they probably go back to the email again, like right as a visceral customer journey.
Yeah.
But you know what? I will say this. I remember we pitched a very exclusive university in the US, and the founder misspelled the subject line and still got a response. And now they're working with us. The guy has an H index. You know what an H index is? It's how many times it gets cited. The guy has an H index in the 60s, and he responded. An H index in the 60s.
Damn.
And so it's like, and the subject was misspelled. Where is it written that you can misspell a subject line and still have an email be effective? Hey, he must have said something in the body, I guess. Right? So no matter what advice I or anyone gives you, nobody knows for sure what the fuck is going to work. They say, what, 50% of advertising works and 50% doesn't? We just don't know which is which.
That's true, man. Yeah,
I'll
text. I sent it to a whole bunch, but I haven't got a response back.
No.
I should probably YouTube. I should probably Google how to get funding. Cause man, how this? There's somebody that got 500K just from like their NFT idea. People essentially all these NFTs projects that are launching that people like sell out and stuff. Those are like essentially mini startups.
Well, like I'm gonna post something to you that like uh let me see if I can find it. It's again, it's not even how much you. That's why I call it attract funding, right? If you go to them, they treat you like a piece of shit. If they come to you, they'll still treat you like a piece of shit, but it won't be as bad. I hate the energy of going to people and pitching. The energy is all wrong. It's all wrong.
But
When
then
I
you'll
go,
find the one match eventually. Like if you send enough emails, like the one that I sent to one guy who sent at 11:11. That's good vibes.
but you know what I mean? Like I don't want an investor who provides unfavorable terms, right? So it's like again, a few years ago, I was pitching an AI, and I just got really stupid responses. Like I would meet with them, and they actually didn't understand. They pretended to understand what they were talking about, but they didn't. And I was like, you know what? I'm not wasting my time anymore with these idiots. I need to make them come to me. I have to make them come to me. And if I go to them, I best be able just to send them a 4-line text saying, like, for example, I think I was training a selling solution. I said, hey, you want to white label this? And they said, yeah, that was the whole thing. But I spent most of my time on the solution so that when it was ready, I was like, hey, this, you're in? Yeah, let's talk. That was it. Here's the text message.
But then you'd have to get on a platform where you'd have to get on like on some type of platform. So like where are you gonna broadcast this? Like there are some services where it's like you post your listing on like some angel investing site and then people come to you that way. But
That is
or
the
you could
typical, but that is the online approach. There's an offline approach and an offline approach, right? And because again, I'm 38, right? So like I've been recruiting for 20 years.
yeah.
So I'm lucky when I look in my phone that I have somebody from 15 years ago and say, hey, I wonder what this guy's up to, right? And I might have found him a job 15 years ago, right? So he has a reason to answer my phone, right? So, you know, it's not what you know, but who you know, right? And what's the difference between recruiting an engineer and recruiting an investor? We're just negotiating compensation if everyone's interested. But that book, I ever tell you about Pitch Anything by Warren Foss? Oh my God.
Pitch Anything?
Pitch Anything by Warren Foss. I'll post the video to the top. It's crazy.
An innovative method for presenting, winning the deal. Hey, look who it is. It's Casey.
I put the video to the top of Warren Foss.
Well,
Casey,
hello again.
what's going on? Your voice is money.
I did manage to read through that website. I got it.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. You showed it to me before, but I had never looked at it, really looked at it. The diagrams. I really like those.
You know who did that?
I'm guessing you?
No. The brains of the operation. My wife.
That's why it looks good. No wonder.
That's why it looks good.
No wonder.
She took that whole course and be like, oh, so this is what you mean? And they're like, yeah. So you mean that's the whole course in 4 weeks? Yep. Where are you? Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Who are
Yeah.
you? Who are you? Where are you talking to? Where are
Yep.
you? Are you a hero, villain, sidekick, mentor? You're going to do it fast, high energy, low, slow, casual, laid back, or broadcaster. Every time you do it, you ask yourself 5 questions. Every time you read the script, what I noticed, what didn't I like, what do I like, what am I going to change, how am I going to change it? And then when you go to an audition, show up, say your words, don't be a dick, and leave. That's the whole course. If you reduce it all to that one diagram.
It's pretty efficient. That is pretty efficient.
Now you can speak for hours on any one of those
Yeah.
things, right? You know,
Oh yeah.
like you said, in one arm he has tattoos of this on his arm. So on one side of his form he has a triangle, which is triangle of interaction. Who am I? Who are you? Where are you? And in the other hand is driving. So there's a driving force and a guiding force.
Ha ha
And the driving and the guiding force works with the and I'm like, and he's showing me his fucking forearms tattooed. You understand me? I'm like, what the shit am I looking at? You guys are fucking pagans, aren't you?
Now, is this before or after you guys make your sacrifices? I'm just curious.
I know.
Like,
Yeah, we just finished wiping ourselves off, and then we had to start talking. Yeah. We were about half bottle into the Kool-Aid.
oh, good times. Good times.
We built one of those tent fires in the woods.
Oh man. Hey,
Right?
I have a guilty conscience that I'd like to alleviate.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I feel so bad I missed that meeting yesterday. It was so unlike me.
Which one?
The Infinity Forge. I totally, with my SIM card swap, I was like,
No, you messaged them, all right?
oh,
no, right?
oh
You're
yeah, I've already rescheduled. It's going to be another month until the next opening. But yeah, absolutely. Apologies
Mhm.
included, but
No,
yeah. Sorry, man. That's always to me. If someone's like, "Oh yeah, I'll mention your name. I'll try to help and push," and then you don't follow through, what a slap in the face.
no, you have a good reason, right?
Yeah, but that's
you know?
one of those like, oh, always a
all good.
reason. There's always a reason.
Yeah, it's all good. That's but yeah, like the reason I showed you that is because like that's the program,
Yeah.
right? And I believe that if somebody goes to that program, they can make, depending on what they need it for, they can make $1 million. Especially if you're pitching for money, right? You get like the audio engineer worked for a place called Characters Talent Agency for 20 years in the basement cutting commercials. So he's probably directed and engineered more audio commercials than anyone I know. And, right? Because that's all he's been doing. Right? And now there's the kickoff, podcast, all this kind of stuff. I'll post his book up. You know, you spend an hour with him, he'll turn your pitch into a radio commercial. And he'll show you how to voice it yourself.
Do you ever get this feeling like you're kind of on the precipice of figuring out some shit that's really gonna make a difference for you financially?
NFTs, how does it feel when you felt that? Because you felt that recently, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to describe it, but I've been in similar situations before, but this one is totally different. You just kind of know. You just kind of feel in your gut.
I would
Feels
I
good.
would say I have like a little tingle of excitement, like ooh, I'm close. I'm just like one or two pieces away. Shit's gonna start lighting up here. I don't know.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Recently, I helped a comedian. She's about to headline Gotham in New York on the 15th, and we were releasing her album. And she asked me what the steps are. And I said, baby steps. You send me the files. I upload the files. What is the title? Who is the artist? Who is the copyright? Who has the sonograph? Do you have the lyrics? When was it produced? What is the album artwork? Right? And if I had all of those things, right, in the right notepad, then all I'm doing is moving information from left to right. Now it's still stressful. Right? You don't think I looked over this shit over and over and over again? Damn it. And then I uploaded the thing and I put something wrong. And I had to put in a request ticket for them to be like, oh, can you stop uploading it to iTunes and fucking Snapchat and TikTok? Because I made a mistake. And I put in a request. I'm like, oh, thank God they kicked it back. And then I made the changes. Some of the things were still spelled wrong. Changed all of those things, sent to the stores. Now, it's supposed to be up on June 9th. Completely out of my hands. You know, another thing we did, she's going to have these little cards. And these little cards, you pay money, and then she gives you a card and it links to the album that you can download. Right?
See, that's awesome.
Oh, dropcards.com. Change your life. Dropcards.com. Right? About 250 cards, $200. You know, plastic stuff like you would get an Amazon gift card. And so I created it for her. Right? Hey, this is the information I need. Oh shit, I need more information. Oh shit, the shipping is wrong. Oh wait, the shipping is different from the billing. Oh wait, we need to format in terms of their own format. I have to now rotate this whole drop card I created. Okay, how do I do that? Oh no, now that I rotated, the images are all in the wrong place. Okay, let me fix that. And 2 days over, 3 days over when it was supposed to be done, it got done. But we have the proof being sent to us in the next 2 to 3 days, and all 250 being done by the 10th. It's being shipped to the US because there's not enough time to ship to Canada. And she goes on stage the 15th with someone standing outside with an iPad and a Stripe machine selling 250 cards to the Netflix and whoever else is there trying to evaluate new talent. Because it's actually a comedy festival for Black women. And she's headlined in Gotham.
Or at the Infinity Forge, which one should I take?
I think the first one just a consult, right?
Yeah, it's just a 1 hour Zoom consult.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to the page and it had the option to select the different.
Maybe you can send me a screenshot, or maybe I can take a look. Hold on. The Infinity
Let me look
Forge.
again. Maybe I'm.
If I go at the top, take action, choose your services, consults.
Yeah, I'm really sleepy.
Yeah, I went to bed late too.
Okay. So your stance is very firmly planted on charge for knowledge, right?
Um, I'm going to say this. I've given a lot of knowledge away for free. I volunteered with the school board system for an entire month teaching steel pan, right?
Right.
Now I
So
charge,
okay.
but I have spent a lot of time volunteering.
I feel just here in the moment that I can strike a medium between and still do that kind of public service good while offering
It might be easier to sell the Tesla Roadster before you try to start attacking the mid-size sedan market. If you want to fund the mid-size sedan market, wouldn't you agree that the history of time tells us you have to sell the Roadster first?
this God, you're such a
He
downer,
gets
man.
you every time. I mean, it's like
Dear God. I mean, it's valid, right? It's valid. If you're gonna make it, you gotta
I
feed
would like
yourself.
I would like to see you self-fund this. You are your best investor. To keep
Right.
investors away, let's make sure that the people for which make millions, if not tens of millions off your idea, you maybe meet with them once a week.
So the idea of a relationship versus a one-time experience.
Um, I'm saying charge rich people a lot of money and then do whatever the fuck you want with the proceeds.
Right. Right. Make your money off the wealthy people, donate the time as you see fit to
The
those who
wealthy
don't. Yeah,
people
I got you.
need your solution. And for them, your solution provides them a lot of value. Right?
You know, I'm gonna back you up on that one and give you an example to back that up. I recently talked with somebody that's got 10 investment properties and they utilized reamortization to drastically alter their cash flow. Have you ever heard
So
of
what I'm gonna do,
reamortizing?
I'm about to create you a Wix site, just like I did for yourvoicesmoney.com. I'm about to create that site. So we have a
Huh?
landing page and about us, testimonials, contact us, right? Anything else? That's about it?
Sure.
Yeah, right?
I'm financially illiterate. I don't know what that means.
So tell us the case study.
So, financially illiterate, first off, is not a mortgage illiterate, maybe. Maybe. Maybe.
I tried there. Okay?
That was great. I really enjoy your add-ins.
I'm so tired.
So reamortizing means you reset the term. Let's say you've had it for 10 years, 30-year loan. You reset it back to 30 years at the current balance, which is lower. And it's an option compatible with most mortgages that most people have no idea about. And she was able to take quite a few of her investment properties and re-amortize them, which only cost a couple $100 per transaction, and there's no lengthy process to go through. And it had like a $6,000 monthly impact on her cash flow. I probably should have charged her something for that. That would have been worthwhile.
Well, if you're willing to give you a testimonial, probably not.
Probably
But
so.
if you get a, all I need are 3 to 4 written or verbal testimonials.
Oh, I think I can do that.
If I could get 5 videotaped testimonials, 3 to 4 written, 3 to 4 verbal testimonials, 3 to 4 verbal testimonials, 3 to 4 written testimonials, 3 to 4 verbal 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 testimonials, 3 to 4 If we say it, it's false. If they say it, it's true.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do that.
I have financial advisors. Again, you got to understand, I used to teach the financial advising course for you to get licensed in Toronto, right? So it's a market I'm familiar with. Yeah. For you to sell life insurance and seg funds, you had to come through me in Toronto.
Hmm. Hmm. You
140 questions, multiple choice.
You are an interesting individual, I have to say.
Every day you just pull something out, and I'm like, what the hell? Where did this come from?
And for me, I hear some of this stuff repeatedly, right? Like it comes up in different conversations, but it's the same thing. And it's taken me like 4 or 5 times of hearing it to really start like absorbing it, like, oh, that's what he means by that. That's not figurative, that's literal. Okay, I understand now.
Hold on, let me show you. So this is when I used to teach finance. This is me. This is a slide called "The Government Will Not Retire You." It's on pension plans. So take a look. So I was like, all right.
I
So this
am
pension
looking.
plan chapter. This is the whole pension plan chapter. This is what happens every time you get money.
Life annuity. Whew. My.
I signed up for Infinity Forge, by the way.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing if they see something that I'm not aware of. I think I know where my improvements need to be made, but I'm real curious to see what they think.
But yeah, that was finance. So there was like 13 chapters. Believe me, if you think that's complicated, you should see the tax chapter. But the disability, I did the same way. So the whole disability chapter, I'm like, man falls down. Man uses all of his vacation days. Man runs out of vacation days. Man puts in the paperwork for short-term disability. Short-term disability lasts from this to this time, at which time you have an option to go back to work for lesser pay. Oh, sorry, like slowly go back to work, 40% a week, 20% a week, and this is how you get paid. And they do this calculation. I know the calculation is complicated. This set of calculations is the story of the entire chapter, right? You know. So,
You know what's messed up? Is that for the vast majority of my life, I would have heard the first 4 or 5 words of that and been like, I can't pay attention. Now I'm like, okay, I understand that. I'm digesting that. Okay, I understand that part. Okay, that makes sense. Like, I don't know where the switch got flipped.
well, it took me a while to be able to explain it like that, right? Because usually the disability chapter says the definition of disability is.
Yep.
I can't keep any. But you realize I'm teaching people that are new to the country how to be financial advisors because they want to have their own business. Like
Oh.
they don't know English, let alone fucking
Oh
you know,
God.
right?
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
All the West. You know,
Ooh.
if you want to be an entrepreneur, you can either be a real estate agent or sell financial assets, right?
Oh. My tummy hurts now.
So, by the way, I just got the proofs for the card. Come on, proof. Don't be 90-degree angle. Don't be 90-degree angle. Don't be at a 90-degree angle.
Come on, not 90-degree angle. Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Looking good.
Okay. I think it looks pretty great. Let me send it to The Roma, Spencer. By the way, you know that billboard I did? You know I didn't.
Yeah,
You know I didn't design that, right? You know that's just an app that I use to do that, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I thought you were just putting
Yeah.
the PFP over it, right?
I just
Yeah,
drag it in, bang.
yeah. I just really liked it, so I retweeted it.
So,
I think I'm having as I listen to NFTs are worthless and you go over his project and bang it around and then use case examples as people come in.
oh, sorry. Can I send Casey the pitch deck?
Yeah.
Okay.
As I've listened to you guys do that more and more, when I come across things that I think, huh, there seems to be something about, I don't mind pushing that out there and retweeting or doing a little. I feel like it's such a small thing to do. You know,
You know what? A lot of Quinn, the guy who was my mentor in comedy, he taught me you have to support. If you don't support the people around you, you ain't worth shit. When you're starting out, it's fucking lonely. It's
Mm-hmm.
fucking lonely. You can't buy a like. It's lonely. So if your boy is doing a rap show, even if you don't like the rap, you're going to the show. You like the rap,
Mm-hmm.
you go into the show. You like the comedian, you go into the show. Why? Because that's your boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that of an answer that you should need.
See, that's social equity right there. That's
But not,
utility of
but not,
social equity.
but here's the thing: not many people think that way. How many people you think show
No.
up, and then they'll be like, "Yo, man, yo, something came up." And Quick's been putting on shows for fucking 20 years, so we just heard every excuse in the book, right? He just keeps them in the email list.
Hey, what's up, Baroness?
Hello. I just took the mic because I got thrown one.
And
Of course you did. How's your day?
I'm all right. I'm trying to drive all the way up in the UP for a destination wedding.
That's right. That's a good luck with that, and all of the fake farmers that are going to be flanneling it up.
Oh, you remember my story?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I
hey,
was
those are
trying
people too, you know.
yeah, the cliche. Yeah, one of the themes is they said Cowboy Day, think Yellowstone, and everyone's like grown up in the city and stuff, and it's like, oh, great.
She's gonna be showing up with like actual chicken shit on her boots, real mud splatter. Show them what's up.
No, it can be like the Kanye West clothing line where the mud comes with the boot, right? It's pretty muddy.
You know, I don't follow Kanye West, but I did see on the news like some of the crazy stuff that he wore in his music video. It's like I just don't get it. I live under a rock.
I try. I try. My rock keeps getting disturbed, but I keep trying to hide under it.
All right, I sent it to you, Casey. Take a look.
Beautiful pitch deck. Oh. I love the style that this is in. The format is awesome. That's
So, Casey, are you not using the Discord anymore?
no, I am.
Okay. Well, I
Oh,
did a tag and mention in the thread for the competition.
yeah. I thought that I liked it. Maybe I didn't. I'm not on Discord a ton.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure I saw it though. Oh no, I totally saw that.
Yo, are you being rude on Discord, dude? What the fuck?
Oh, I'm such a dick.
well
20,
I put
2022.
specific rules was engagement in the Discord every day check in.
Oh.
And he has not checked in, and the competition started today.
Well, I actually am loading up my material to check in. I have to do my count for the day. And my goal was to check in at the end of the day with my count.
No, that's fine. I'm just making sure because I mean,
Cool.
I'm not gonna like check everybody. I'm gonna write everything down every day in my little black book, so I can make sure I can keep up with all the stupid texting and stuff because I hate Discord. But I'm trying to increase engagement with the community.
Right.
I am not I don't have fun using Discord. That's that.
Yeah, I hate Discord with a passion. I also hate people with a
Yeah,
passion,
yeah. No.
but I'm just trying to increase community awareness with what we're in, and I created another thread, which our Discord's so my OCD or retentiveness kicks in so hard with all the freaking threads and indexes that I just want to blow it up and start all over. But I created a thread and I'm trying to get my people in that one thread. So all the people I like.
Well, I'm down, and you can definitely expect daily updates from me at the end of the day every day.
Good. So you want to please do not record and post that of me saying that because yeah. I don't want people like, well, boy, Baroness really, yeah.
It's okay. On behalf of Baroness, fuck all you people. You understand me? You understand what you have a chance to be a part of? Do you understand? Okay. So, what else are you going to invest in? Fucking T-bills, equities. You're going to invest in equities. What are you going to do? Turn on fucking CNBC Jim Cramer? That's where you're getting your advice? Fuck you.
Oh my gosh, Jim Cramer. Oh gosh, he doesn't
Oh.
even know people bash him. Like even the regulars that are broadcasting news and doing their own segments, they like put little puns in there that it goes over his head.
Look, that guy, you got to admire that guy because that guy's never made a right call and he's still on television with the same amount of confidence. That guy didn't give a shit.
No, none.
I
Zero
wouldn't
shits
call
I
that
given.
love that.
confidence. That's just a
I
lot
don't
of
care.
cocaine.
Well, I mean, let he who hasn't sniffed cocaine in high finance cast the first stone.
Like what the? Like
Damn it.
like how? I just. Oh my god.
Like I've been downtown Toronto. It's crazy after about 3 a.m. 11 a.m. is weed. 3 a.m. is something else, and that's my cue to exit.
3 a.m.
Because the drugs change depending on how late it is at night, right? So people look at right because at 3 a.m. they start being like, oh, we lose the energy. I know what we need.
Oh, because I mean, Toronto usually was at about 10 p.m.
Yeah, it depends which condo you're in. I was at Bathurst and Lakeshore. So it was okay there, but the closer you got to the CN Tower, like one of the mobile engineers I was working with, he was fucking where was he? He was where he was, right? And so it's just one of those things where when you meet, because you know how like if you're working out at a gym on a regular basis, like you start meeting people your age, you start talking, be like, hey man, after like 2 months, be like, hey, you should come by, right? And then we walk over to their apartment, like that's how it usually work. But then you never know
So,
what people use to fuel themselves to work out, right?
do you actually you live in Canada then?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I'm in Ontario.
all right, everyone was making fun of me for being somewhat Canadian, and then you chimed in like, okay, joking around, but you actually are.
Yeah, I think it's like
So,
I'm Guyanese, right? So it's like, yeah, like I'm here, but I'm also other places, kind of culturally.
So I got a quick question then, because it's been years since the flood. Remember, what was it? They were just building like Ripley's Believe It or Not, the aquarium and Little
Beautiful
Needle,
place. Yeah.
and right there in like downtown Toronto, the subway area with all the shops flooded.
Yeah.
What came about that?
Well, it got flooded a few times actually. I remember there was a picture of a Lamborghini underwater. That was sad. It's gonna keep happening. I was at so I was living at Fort York Boulevard, so Bathurst and Lakeshore, right by the water. It's called Coronation Park. Oh, actually, if you want to see what a Ripley's Aquarium is, there's a video I put together, and that's me playing steel pan in the video. Beautiful place.
I know. I went there when they were building it, and that's when, like, after we left, like, just shortly, it flooded in, and we're actually down there for my girlfriend's sister. Opened up her shop right there in the subtrain, and it flooded.
Jesus, grand opening, grand closing.
Yeah, her grand opening. She had it probably, I don't know, probably 2 blocks, in the sub area down from Brooks and Brothers. So it was a nice area.
Oh, it's amazing. I went there with my mom. I think you'll see my mom, my wifey, in there. But yeah, it's. I remember being at Coronation Park, and on the edge of Coronation Park. Let me see if I can show you some pictures. I have an account called Jagdale Walks. So when I was down there, all I used to do was, dude, this place is gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. All right, you'll be able to scroll through. I'll put it at the top.
You got some good shots of that, man.
Look, you don't have to be very good with a camera when you're at Ripley's.
I know. All I gotta do is take some mushrooms.
Oh man, look, I'd probably be on the fucking floor and be like, "Leave me in the tank! Stop!"
You forget to breathe. You're like, oh shit, I'm not actually in the water.
Sir, step out of the tank. Sir, stop kissing the shark. Sir, oh, we lost him. But I put the Instagram there, Jagdale Walk. So I just used to, sometimes inhale and then go for a walk. And that's what I saw on my walks. Actually, if you see the drawings from there, that's my buddy Thomas. He used to get bored in class. This guy used to get bored in class and draw the craziest shit. The craziest shit.
Now, what classes are these? Like college courses? Are you talking about like in high school or tech?
He went with me to U of T, and I think he was studying I think it was sociology where he started. But let me post these to the top. I've never seen anything like this in my life. And he just used to be chilling there. Thomas, what are you saying? Shit, that's fucking amazing. How many hours you been working on this?
You gotta stop pinning shit to the top because I'm driving, but that's just crazy.
He is, look, when I keep posting some of this stuff, jeez, I forgot about these. So good. And it's funny because like one of the things you'll see, the most recent one has like business law. And he just doodling in class. Professional responsibility. What a guy. Yeah. Thomas Wisdom. Long live Thomas. Guy had like 15 pencils. I'm like, what do you need 15 pencils? He's like, all these pencils are different. I'm like, all these pencils are different? Like, I'm in business. I couldn't fucking, draw a straight line, My life depended on it. I'm watching this guy like, what the shit are you doing? And then he used to have a pencil which didn't even have any fucking lead on the end. I'm like, that's a pencil too? And he's like, yeah.
That's for smearing.
I didn't know what a smearing was. Right? I learned because we would all just sit there and hang out like in the meeting place, right? Like, if you know Jordan Peterson, like imagine where Jordan Peterson in those halls is where we were. That's U of T Scarborough, right? So in that kind of like 80 room lecture hall, right? You know, and we're just chilling in the back. And I look over, I'm taking notes, and I look over at Thomas. He's doing this.
Yeah, I cannot draw people for the life of me, but silhouettes. And one thing is like his hands that he's drawing. You know, the number one most intricate thing on the human anatomy to draw is the hands. In fact, not Van Gogh. Not Dali. Oh, shit. I forgot his name. But he actually would pay off and sneak into the coroner's office or rob graves just so he could dissect the hand to draw. You can draw a hand, you can draw anything.
This is the headline. Turns out Michelangelo and Da Vinci trafficked dead bodies for ...
That's him. Yes, sorry. Da Vinci.
It's what I call commitment to art.
Well, you know exactly what I was talking about.
No, I just looked it up just now.
Oh, okay. Well, so you know I'm not bullshitting.
No. What I typed in was painter who robbed graves. What did I type in? A painter who robbed graves to dissect hand. That's what came up.
Oh,
I'm not
great.
smart. I can Google very quickly.
I hate Google. Yes, Google, if men can have babies, it will say you true.
This space is being recorded, so it is true, Twitter Spaces. It is true. We do believe it. But we don't. Yeah, that's why I guess you have to use DuckDuckGo for that one. You're going to have to use DuckDuckGo for your anatomy, right?
Oh, gosh. I don't trust that shit.
No. The thing that blew my mind was for my Substack, over half of the visitors come from DuckDuckGo. And it's not like I have that many people reading it, right? But it's like over half from DuckDuckGo? Okay.
Does it say what general coordinate population it's from?
I don't think that Substack gives me geography. I have to take a look. I think the point was for DuckDuckGo not to do that, but apparently NFTs are worthless. You saw that that doesn't apply for Microsoft,
Yeah, they're immune to that.
right? They just I think they just DuckDuckGo they just discovered that Microsoft's tracking works.
Just a little backdoor, you know.
Yeah. You won't even notice it.
I guess it's their version of the NSA, right? You know.
Duck go to jail. Well, look, eventually if your project is successful enough, the smoking man is going to be in the corner of your house when you walk in and close the door, right? And like fucking X-Files.
Oh,
We
no.
know what you're doing, Mr. Mulder. Who are you? We've been watching you. We've been watching you for a very long time, Mr. Mulder. How did you get in here? How I got in here is not the point. How you get out is what I'm here to discuss.
I had a friend that had experience like that, but it wasn't so sneaky, I guess. So he came home to find his door beaten in, dented in because he had a metal door, and a guy flipping through his freaking office papers, and he turns around and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" So apparently, my buddy, huge conspiracy theorist, a little off his rocker, but he was onto something that the FBI raided his fucking house, took his computers and everything that he had for his business. He ended up discovering that, well, they updated, I forgot what year it was, in about 2009, I think, or some sort. They updated all the Social Security cards on the back of it to say that this is not a whatever. I have my original. I forgot to read the back of it. But the Social Security number that you're assigned is actually the investment and bank account number to whatever, and on the back of it says which bank for, our Federal Reserve, that's, our interests and stuff that's compacting the government uses for us that we put in is actually ours that we can withdraw from. So he withdrew his Social Security because he already paid in for the full amount. They raided his shit.
Jesus.
But I mean, he just went up to I forgot what bank it was. I think he went to Pennsylvania. Yeah, he went to Pennsylvania to the actual bank, gave him his stuff, and they couldn't do anything about it because it was legally his. And so they went ahead and went through his house and took everything.
It's I'm not sure there's nothing much that anyone can do. Even if you're even the dude. Remember the dude from Alibaba, right? The guy fucking disappeared.
Yeah, they made him disappear.
Oh, shit! You saw what happened with the fucking the CEO of Apple from Canada,
Of what company?
Apotex.
Is that the guy that they jumped the wall and shot him in the head or whatever?
Him and his wife.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. I had psychology professors that I was like, why don't you write that? He's like, I can't publish it. I'm like, why? Yeah, and the guy goes, yeah, those people would squash me like a bug. I'm like, which people? I'm like in my 20s. Why would anyone have the incentive to suppress knowledge?
That's why I always say I'm on the home team. That's it.
You ever hear the story about MySQL?
Mm-hmm.
Right? MySQL gets bought by Oracle. Oracle shuts it down. They create Cassandra. Yeah, it's that whole. I keep on thinking about that tic-tac-toe and chess.
Yeah, your stinking tweet. Oh, I didn't read the tweet before. It's like, you can't play tic-tac-toe and chess. Like, well, actually, you can. Or what they also play, the ones where you like put all your little colors in a row and then you just unload. I'm driving. I can't tell if anyone's speaking.
I'm currently trying to figure out what my Wi-Fi password is. That's my life right now.
Well, I mean, do you own your own network, or do you pay and rent?
Yeah, I always change it to something random, and then it's completely different than anything else that I use. Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah. And hopefully you don't use AT&T.
Oh God, no. Do you not like AT&T?
Oh, I used to work for them, and I also contracted with the government for them. And I was a ComSec and had a placement with them, and everything that's being built out. Before it was a monopoly when it was Bell, Meritech, Bell South, Bell Northwest, etc. Even Unix was created by AT&T. So if you use Unix, you're also accessible by the government. But, yeah, the fiber optics, the new age to help speed up everyone's internet, but they drop nodes. They install node modules in your home, and all that's like storage of data. So even though that you might not think that they're listening. You have cable with them. All of those actually have a Bluetooth signal.